Welcome to Fair Game. I'm Kristine Leahy. My guest today is one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. He's the former UFC light heavyweight champion, a title he defended 5 times and held for nearly 3.5 years. UFC Hall of Famer, the Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Is there such a thing as a Huntington Beach bad boy, though? I feel like Huntington Beach is so chill.
It is chill.
And then there's you.
Well, no, it was chill. I mean, it's always been chill. But of course, there was a punk rock era back in the day where there was bad boys.
Were you a punk rocker?
I was a punk rocker.
I don't picture you as a punk rocker.
Yes, I was.
So there's a picture that I just saw recently of you and Helen Mirren together.
Yes.
And apparently she's a UFC fan?
Yeah, I was up in Lake Tahoe, and I had noticed her in the crowd, and I was like, wait, that's Helen. So I was kind of telling the production people, I was like, introduce me to her. I got an opportunity to be introduced to her, and she was an amazing woman.
Your career has been one of the longest and most successful in the history of MMA. Your first UFC fight was in 1997.
Correct.
How have you been able to perform for so long?
I think it's just a mindset that I've had since the beginning of my career. Prior to my career, when I wrestled in high school, I was always trying to be as good as the varsity guys when I was in high school. So I just worked so hard to get to that point. Where I went to college, I was trying to work so hard to be a Division I wrestler and being the best I possibly can be, which I was losing by a point, 2 points, 3 points. And those are huge losses in Division I wrestling. When I got into mixed martial arts, it was just, I was learning to be as good as guys who were ranked in the top 10. So I was training 6 days a week, 3 to 4 times a day through, gosh, I'd say a good 7-year span. And then, after about 2.5 years of competition, I became the world champion. So every camp or every training camp that I had to get better and better and better. So I was grinding and grinding and grinding.
Yeah.
Where I got to a point of 2006 of just injury after injury after injury. But it was a challenge. It was a challenge for myself, I believe. I had a great surgeon, Dr. William Smith in Las Vegas, who I did L4-5 S1 fuse in my lower back because I had lost probably about 1.5 inches to 2 inches on my legs because I couldn't squat anymore, I couldn't press anymore. And after 2009, it was just injury after injury with my neck. I had 4 neck surgeries. I've had 2 knee surgeries, but it was just a challenge. And I take it in a stride, and here I am today.
But you still have had such a long career, given all those things. So 25 concussions and 8 surgeries, right?
That's about correct.
That's a lot.
Well, not bad concussions. I would say by about maybe 7 of those concussions were fairly decent.
Listen, that is 6 more than I could have ever handled.
Right.
Probably 7 more if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But why keep fighting
It's fun.
with all of those injuries?
It's fun.
It's fun.
I love it. I love to compete. I'm not a fighter. I do not like to be aggressive towards another person, but I love to compete. There's just something about me that I love to compete. I love to put my body through the most rigorous training possible and see what comes out at the end of the rainbow.
Okay, you can compete and you can put your body through incredible training and be a track star where you're not going to get hurt or injured. What is it about the actual combat that you like then?
Well, I think it started from when I was wrestling in high school. Wrestling in high school, wrestling in college, getting introduced to mixed martial arts in college when I was a sophomore or freshman in college.
Yeah.
Tank Abbott, who trained out of Huntington Beach, I was his wrestling partner, jiu-jitsu partner. And then I started doing some focus mitts with boxing, learning boxing a little bit, learning kickboxing a little bit. And then I was like, maybe I give this a try. Let's give this a try. I fought in UFC 13, May 30th, 1997 for free. And I did it because I didn't want to lose my scholarship for college at the time. And my first match only lasted 22 seconds with me dominating on top and my hand raised. I was hooked, hook, line, and sinker. I loved it, but I guess it goes back to my childhood of having my parents really not there for me because I had a drug problem, and being able to get the attention I always wanted as a kid, the love from my friends, the love from other fans, stuff that I always died for as a kid. And all of a sudden I had it, and it was something that I loved. It's something that intrigued me to be a better athlete, to be a better man, and now a businessman.
You have a fight coming up.
Yes.
You're 44 years old.
Yes. 44 years young.
44 years young, my bad.
Yeah.
I like to say the same thing. How do you prepare for this at 44, and is it different?
It's more of quality than quantity. Back when I was younger, it was more of just a quantity of getting in, 4 sessions a day, 6 days a week. Now I've kind of slowed it down where it's only 3 sessions a day, 5 days a week, twice on Saturdays, but those sessions are only hour sessions. So I'm getting as much as I possibly can in that short amount of time because I already know the details of everything. I just need to do it in repetition to make sure that my mind reacts at the perfect timing. And it's all timing, everything is timing. If my timing's there, the fights are usually pretty easy. But for this fight, through my whole career, I've never had a gimme fight. And gimme fight meaning that it's not as tough as competition.
Are you calling this a gimme fight?
This is pretty close to being a gimme fight. Finally in my career that my name is actually has some recognition, and you know, they say never talk about money, but all of us work, all of us get up, you know, certain times of the hours till certain times of the hours to take care of our family, take care of ourselves, take care of our ventures as being businessmen, and this is just one of those business ventures, and I'm getting paid to get in shape. Yeah,
I'm sensing some trash talk here. That's like minor trash talk.
It's minor trash talk because it hasn't really started. I know the date of the fight. I know what's going to happen. I know where it's going to happen. I know who it's going to be against. So the trash talk will begin.
It's going to ramp up, but it started right here.
Yes.
Trash talking, it's weird because sitting here across from you and meeting you, you are very gentle. So the trash talking that you kind of originated, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, I kind of took a few pages. One of the page out of Hulk Hogan, taking a page out of Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest ever. Rest in peace to him. But I've always kind of said the truth. I never lied about a person. I never talked about a person's family. I never talked about a person's country. But I kind of get into their mind. You know, it's kind of just try to pick them apart as much as possible to get them off their game plan.
A lot of other fighters have kind of taken up after what you started. It's commonplace now. Conor McGregor is one of the biggest trash talkers. Do you think he takes it too far?
He takes it way too far. Just the things he does. He's just, I guess money do change men. Some of them, a lot of them. But with him, he's crossed the line a little too much.
In what ways?
You know, I think assaulting someone with, was it a dolly, was a little too much. Assaulting a man that's sitting on a chair who's twice his age is too much. And there's other alleged things that he has done in Ireland that are too much. It's just, I kind of just shake my head to it. And I'm glad I've never been in that situation myself. I never put myself in that situation ever. And I've known there's been a fine line in between that. There has been lies about me that have similarities to a certain extent, but they were nothing but lies. And the truth always provokes the best. And that's like I live my career.
Check out our YouTube channel, FairGame, on FS1 to catch all the best highlights of our show. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.